So check this out. When I heard the Saw trailer had come out, I thought, great, I'll check it out and then I'll do a trailer review for my channel. And while I guess I am still doing that, this is going a little different than I expected because my general trailer reaction is, don't watch the trailer. Let me explain to you why. The first reason is the trailer doesn't really reveal very much. And I'll talk a little bit about in a moment what it does reveal. Aside from the one thing it reveals that it shouldn't have, which seems like kind of possibly a big spoiler. I hope it's not. I hope it's something that happens in the first act and they just want to go ahead and show us and say, hey, look at this. But I'm a little concerned about that. So if you haven't seen the trailer, I think that's the first and big reason why you shouldn't see it. You can stay here. I'm not going to hit on any spoilers. I'm just going to tell you what the setup of the movie is and some of the basic stuff in the trailer, since hopefully you're going to take my advice and not watch it. If you're a Saw fan. If you're not a Saw fan, I don't know why you're watching a trailer reaction to Saw 10. I would say just go ahead and watch the trailer and maybe come back. But if you are a fan of Saw, then you know, like me, one of your things you like about it is all the mystery and plot twists and turns it has. So you don't want that spoiled. And this trailer maybe a little bit spoils it. And so I'm hoping that's not the case, but that's the first reason. Now the setup for Saw 10 is this. Jigsaw is alive. He's not like reanimated or something weird. It's Jigsaw. He's afflicted with cancer. And apparently he went off to Europe to try out experimental treatment. But the experimental treatment, unfortunately, was to see if the placebo effect would cure his brain cancer. He comes back. They apparently, I don't know if they cheated money out of him or if they just did it to have fun with him. But they send him over there. They tell him they cured his cancer. They send him back home. He finds out they didn't cure his cancer. And well, let's just say Jigsaw's not too happy about that. So what does he do? He apparently gets some kind of place, maybe a warehouse, and he invites him on over. Well, I shouldn't say invite. Pretty sure he kidnapped him, brought him in and say, hey, let's play some games. And that's Saw 10. If you got this far, please consider liking and subscribing. So that's the first half of the trailer. The second half of the trailer is a whole bunch of quick segments, just like kind of while the music's playing, kind of tableaus of various moments in the movie, you know, quick flashes of different things, including some of the traps, you know, people screaming, people staring in fear and yelling. And it seems like a lot of it is from various parts of the second act. And again, the Saw movies are movies that the surprises and the twists are a big part of them. And so I have a concern that even some of this stuff, which isn't obvious spoilers, could affect my ability to be surprised and to enjoy the movie kind of fresh. And so for that reason, that's my second reason, I would suggest if you're a Saw fan, or if you're not a fan of Saw at all, not to see it. Because if you're not a fan of Saw at all, this trailer isn't particularly good. It's not a big seller. It's really a nostalgia play. So it's really more for Saw fans. But if you're a Saw fan, it's not so good of a trailer that if you have reservations, it's going to get rid of them. It's not going to make you want to set yourself on fire because you're so excited. It's a solid trailer, but it doesn't blow my mind. It could have been one of any of the other Saw movie trailers. Now, I was excited to and watch the trailer because I am generally a Saw fan. I've watched all the movies through the ups and downs. I've enjoyed most of them. There are only maybe one or two that I'm really just sad that they were as bad as they were. Most of the other ones were okay or good. But the last few I had mixed feelings about. So Jigsaw, the one after 7, so I guess the 8th one, I liked a fair amount. I was pleasantly surprised by it, considering how I kind of felt like I thought this series was over. But what are y'all doing now? It was actually good. The 9th one, starring Chris Rock, the one Spiral from the Book of Saw, I did not like. But interestingly enough, the writers of both of those movies were the same writing team. The directors were different, but that's another thing that's interesting. The director of Spiral was a director of 2, 3, and 4, which most people consider among the better Saw movies. So looking at the credits doesn't really help me know if this movie's going to be any good. It's one of those movies that I think that if you're a Saw fan and you liked either Jigsaw or Spiral, you should probably give it a shot. I think it has as good a chance to be as good as Jigsaw as it is to be as bad as Spiral. Or maybe you liked them in reverse. That's just my opinion of them. I thought Jigsaw was a far better movie. But there's no way of knowing at this point. I was kind of hoping to be new writers, but they're not. They're the same guys. But hopefully they saw the error of their ways with Spiral and it's a return to form like it was with Jigsaw. Anyway, here's some of my videos. I'm popping up here real quick. Check one of them out if you enjoyed watching me. And thanks for watching Low Key Classic Movies.